To complete project 4 in Excel, we will answer question M. This is the final question, which is now asking us how can we use Art of Stat and also Excel to answer the question in the assignment. The question was, in this class of 50 students with 70% probability of each student completing the homework in time, what is the probability that at least 40 students will do their homework on time? And as a reminder, when we did our notes, at least 40 students means that we are looking for the probability of X being greater than or equal to 40. That's what at least 40 means. At least 40 means 40 or more. So part A says, go in Art of Stat, go to the tab Find Probabilities, change the type of probability to the upper tail and the value of X to be 40. That will give you the probability of X greater than or equal to 40. And enter the answer in J75. So J75 is this white cell that says, what is the probability at least 40 from Art of Stat? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the binomial distribution in Art of Stat. I'm going to click at the tab Find Probabilities. I will do 50 trials, 0.7, upper tail, and the value of X to be 40. And the answer is 0.0789. So 0.0789 is what Art of Stat gave me. And the project is asking me to take a screenshot of the result in Art of Stat, the graph with the shading, all the titles and labels, as well as the left panel with your entries, and insert in cell N75, resize to fit. So I'm going to go back to my binomial distribution. I'm going to do a new screenshot. Remember to include the left pane, also include the table underneath, every data, every output that is given to you by Art of Stat, and then just paste that into your Excel and resize. So let me see. There we go. So this is my screenshot in Excel in Art of Stat, which also shows the value of the probability that I just entered. After that, I'm going to part B. It says, use the probabilities in column C to find the answer. So if you remember, column C has the probability of X equals to a certain value. So if I want to find the probability of X greater than or equal to 40 from column C, I will have to start with 40 and then add all of those probabilities together. So in this cell, which is J76, shaded green, and also saying the answer using column C, this will equal to the sum of the probabilities for X equal to 40 up to X equal to 50. And that, as you can see, still comes out to be 0.0789. So that's formula without the equal sign will be the sum from C76 to C86. Make sure your answer agrees with J75, and it does, and then type the formula. Great. For item C, use the probabilities in column D to find the answer. Now, column D includes probabilities of a certain value being less than or equal to a given x. Now, if I want the yellow probabilities to be added together, the column D will have the sum of everything before column 40 in cell D39. So D, I guess, 75, which corresponds to x equal to 39. So this number, 0.9211, is all the probabilities above x equal to 40 are added together. So from 0 to 39. And then from 40 to 50 will be this number 0.0789. So this location has the sum of everything that was not shaded in column C, and the rest that I added to find the probability of x greater than or equal to 40 will be the complement. So basically this 0.0789 should equal 1 minus this probability, the cumulative probability for x less than or equal to 39. And let's see if that is true. That is indeed true. So 1 minus D75 is the formula without the equal sign. And so far, all of these answers agree. The next part of the project, part D of section M, says use the probabilities in column E to find the answer. Now, column E is the values from Excel. Excel and ArtofStat are the same thing, except for the fact that ArtofStat rounds. So again, in Excel, for column E, I need to add all the probabilities for x greater than or equal to 40. So I'm going to do that, equals the sum of all of these guys. And that is 0.078850625. And if you see here, if you round it to 4 decimal places, the second 8 will have to round up to a 9. And it makes sure it says that you have to use Excel functions and not manual entries or calculator answers. All work must be done in Excel, and it doesn't say to round. So I'm going to leave it as is, and the only thing they are asking me to do is to actually copy the formula in J70, in J82 for J78, and I did that. And again, notice, like we said, that the answer in Excel is just a more accurate answer than the answer from ArtofStat, since ArtofStat has added everything as with accuracy to 4 decimal places. The final one is use the probabilities in column F to find the answer. And again, column F in Excel is a cumulative distribution, and that to find the probability from 40 and above, you want to find the CDF up to 39 and then subtract that from 1. So this will equal to 1 minus the probability for the CDF x less than or equal to 39. And hopefully it will give me again the same answer, which is the correct way of thinking. So we have 1 minus F75 being the formula for the Excel probabilities. So this concludes the project. Unless anything else is asked, let's double check here. All work must be done in Excel. Use functions, use locations, type a formula, make sure your answer agrees with the previous answers, and then just give us the formula without the equal sign. This concludes the project. If you are doing the work in Excel online, the work is identical to the one that you are doing with Excel in the app, and that is because formulas are identical in the online version and in the app version.